Are you headed to the Dominican Republic? In this video, I'll tell you what you need to know about arriving at the Punta Cana Airport. First, at home, before you depart, you'll need to fill out the Dominican Republic arrival card. You can see the website address at the top there. I'll also put it in the description. When you navigate to the page, you want to do a Nuevo e-ticket. You can switch to English in the upper right-hand corner from Espanol to English or whatever language you may need. You'll continue through the e-ticket application. If you're traveling with other people, they want to know, so indicate how many people you're traveling with. In my case, I was taking one extra person with me. And then the status of your group. How do you know each other? So in this case, we were family. They, of course, want to know if you're a robot or not, as with every website nowadays. And then you'll submit that information. That will give you a confirmation code that will help you keep track of your application for the arrival card. You also need to do an exit card or a departure card. So you'll put in some information and then indicate whether you're doing it for your arrival or your departure into the Dominican Republic. The next page asks for some of the information again, but this is more of your immigration information. So you're going to need to have your passport. They want to know your civil status, whether or not you're married or single, gender, place of birth, occupation, email, phone number, where you'll be staying once you enter into the Dominican Republic. And then when embarkation port, they're talking about where you're landing. So in this case, we're talking about the Punta Cana Airport. So if you just put in PUJ, it's an easy way to find it. Now the screen will jump up, so you'll need to scroll down again to find where you had just put in the airport information. It does it both for embarkation and disembarkation. So what's the airport you're arriving into and what's the airport you're flying out of? In our case, Punta Cana. Then they want all of your flight information, the airline name, flight date, flight number, your confirmation number, your travel purpose, how many days you are staying. And then they also want to know if you're going to be taking part in any risky business. So they want to know if you're going to be surfing, scuba diving, or golfing. I think golf's an interesting one. They must track it for the tourism ministry to see how many people come to golf. Then you'll do it for yourself and then you'll do it for the next person. So a lot of the information will be similar for the second person. And then you just keep doing that for how many people you have. Then you'll do your customs information. You'll accept the terms of the card. And you can also do your exit at the same time you do your arrival. You will get a QR code that you can download. You can also get the QR code by email. When you land, you will taxi to your gate. You'll notice that all the planes are parked on the runway. They don't have the traditional gate where you walk directly from the plane into the terminal. Now, when it comes to that QR code, it's very important to have it, but we were not asked for it when we went through the immigration process. But I had it, and we actually got an email once we cleared that recognized that we had completed the arrival form. So here's your first look at the Punta Cana Airport. Again, open air, thatched roofs, a great Caribbean welcome. The pilot will park your aircraft and they will bring over this temporary ramp. And then at the bottom of the ramp, there will be a bus. So you will board the bus unless you have purchased VIP arrival. If you've purchased VIP arrival, you can ride to the terminal in the golf cart or the small van you see there. You'll go directly to the lounge where they will handle your immigration and customs paperwork and get your bags for you. So this is the view from the bus. These are the gates where you walk out. So when you're leaving Punta Cana, you will follow the same process again. You'll walk out of these gates, board a bus. The bus will take you to the plane, and then you will board a temporary ramp up to board the plane. You could see people were close enough where they didn't have to take the bus. They could just walk from the plane. So depending on how close you're able to park next to where the immigration area is, then you will either walk or take the bus. Immigration didn't allow photos, but we did meet one-on-one with an immigration officer who reviewed and stamped our passports. Then we came out into the baggage claim area. This is Terminal A. Terminal B is slightly different. As you claim your baggage, you'll continue to follow the signs to the exit. There is money changing and bathrooms available in this area, as well as a nice little photo op. After you go through customs, which we just walk through, you may be asked to x-ray your bags. You'll come out to the area where the transfer companies are located. There's an inside set of desks where some of the bigger transfer companies like Amstar or Rennie Travel are located. If you don't see your transfer company there, just keep coming outside. Some of the smaller vendors and hotels are located there. You'll check in with your transfer company. If you're in a large shuttle van, it'll be in the parking lot. If not, you'll have to walk a little bit further.